Kisi Ka by Kisi Kai Jaan. Or Jaan. I wrote down a lot of notes, so I'm just going to go through this. This was a very interesting film because it hit a lot of the marks, but seemed also in the beginning to be kind of cutting corners. Like, all right, let's just go through it. All right, I was a couple minutes late because for some reason the Indian movies at the theater that I went to don't accost people with 25 minutes of trailers, so I went and got popcorn. I came in 5 minutes late and it started, so I apologize. But we open when I came in with Mahavir, I thought would be the full villain. So it's kind of weird to have them just be bookended villain, but great physical threat. And the last kill on the see-through table was freaking sweet. And then I thought it was a great way to frame Bhai's entrance, having, everyone kind of get excited and call him, and it just be these couple layers of actually getting him out there. And magnificent hair, even though the hair is probably fake, they did a good job with it, I think. Like, sometimes you get actors who are getting older and they put on some fake hair and it's just like, oh, come on, Daniel Day-Lewis, stop with the toupee. That's not real. But yeah, and then reminding everyone of their families of the death threat was hilarious. But does he have superpowers? Like, in that sequence, were we supposed to assume that he had superpowers? Because, like, or was it just a cool visual of them imagining themselves being killed? Because if he made them all have a vision, and then he was like, okay, now we're gonna take the vision back. That never came back. But I don't remember if this is in the song or just spoken, but Swag Style Pepsi, our buys sexy. Good job with the product placement. I mean, there's another product placement later that I'll mention, but still. The first song for me was okay. Bit before before it grabbed me. Or no, I said the first song took me a bit before it grabbed me. So I don't know why. I think it was because there were a lot of people doing a very simple dance move for almost every shot. Like, each shot was a new different dance move, where I would have much preferred, even the same setting, but a third of the people and just a little more complicated from our main character but that's fine, or Jaan. But they did the Hobbs and Shaw flashback where they make the far older cast member look close in age to the far younger cast members, which I thought was hilarious. But let's see. Very quickly, action turns to, we need to be to what? So, to Love Story by Jaan, so we can 3 Love Story. So that was interesting how it went from like this action plot where he protects a whole neighborhood, and then on a dime it flipped and it was like, okay, the 3 brothers need to get married. Now we need to have him get married to the woman who he left so long ago that I'm fast forwarding now. Oh, by the way, spoilers. I'll put that in the title. But who he left so long ago that she remarried and had a kid who grew up old enough to be engaged. So, like, that kind of messes with the whole flashback thing, but it felt a little whiplashy going back and forth. It all ties together well, but still. And I also thought that it was a good twist that Baijan's love is married with the son. But then we get... wait, there was also a song. Da-na-na-na, 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 when he like saw the woman that he had loved. But soon we get another woman who's his love interest, who with the same exact name. So that's convenient, but also I wrote, I've never seen an Indian film use Jesus. Even though I'm personally atheist, I kind of like that whether they believed in Jesus or not, like if that was their religion, they still showed respect to another religion's idol. It might have been their religion still, but I saw later when her mom was praying to not Jesus. So I think I don't know. But then the new very young lady immediately trusts 6 new guys she just met who are also following her, because they followed her from where the Jesus statue was to where the harem where she would be renting her house was. So that was cutting corners. But I like that the new Bhagya or Baggy started mocking Jaan's walking style. It endeared me to her. Yeah, despite all the cutting corners and convenience of the name, especially, and her showing up right then, I did like that she didn't immediately fall in love with him. It took like 2 more minutes than immediately, but still. And then Baggy telling the story of her family member, her brother, killing 15 people. I love how that. I was writing, I love how ridiculous that is, but it was also a nightmare. But it was also a good way to hint at him being. I don't want to skip ahead. All right, I'll skip ahead. What's the name? It's. I know it's Anna, but. All right, I'll get to that. It was a good way to seed that reveal, even though the name similarity was too on the nose, that I was able to get it like almost immediately when they said, we'll get to it. But let's see. Dumb henchman firing a sniper rifle from 5 feet away. Loved that. Loved what that turned out to be, because that was also great. I just thought it was being stupid, but loved it, especially because it distracted enough for me to not question, but like, that's dumb. That's dumb. Why is he trying to shoot someone with a sniper rifle 5 feet away? God, that's weird. But the meet cute breaking a 400-year-old antique is kind of, that's what I was like the 2 minutes later. I'm like, you just broke a 400-year-old antique, and that's your job. Yeah, okay. I saw this movie over 12 hours ago. So, and I saw 3 movies after that. All right. But Baggy calls out Jaan's cooking, and they all take it very well. I thought that was very mature of them, especially Jaan. Jaan saves a tricycle kid and Baggy from a speeding car, and he throws the tricycle kid past a Pepsi ad. Okay, the next song sequence, Mountain Views and Chill Love Song-ing. That was good. That got me more than the first song. And then she falls in love, invites him to an event with her family, and then we're into a 1 versus 99 train fight. That was interesting. That was fun. That was a lot of fun, especially I remember one of the brothers bringing a motorcycle into the train station and then driving into one of the doors of the train, knocking somebody off on the other side. That was delightful, but Baggy was the target, and the rifle makes sense now. But Jaan says that they won't abandon her family and her and her family, which is incredible and great, and cheesy freeze frame jump. I'm assuming right before an intermission. Would have been, but it's AMC, so there are no intermissions. But Jaan cuts his hair, and it went by really quickly. I don't know why. I don't know really why. They said that he cut his hair once a long time ago. I thought he kept the hair as a vow. Like, I will not cut this hair until I'm in love. But they said he cut it a long time ago for one reason, and this time for her family. But that's me missing it. So the villain's own actions lead to his own father's death, and instead of taking responsibility, he blames anyone and everyone else because he's a fucking narcissist. That's okay, the villain stuff is so weird. Like, we get one villain in Jaan's homeland who bookends the film, and then we get a second villain going after Baggy's family for the majority of it. All right, we'll get to some of the stuff, but oh, Rowdy Ann. I as soon as they said Rowdy Ann, and I knew they said his name was Anaya. Let me actually get it, but that seemed a little too easy. I would have liked personally a different name, or just Rowdy. Just call him Rowdy. So it's not so obvious. But let me get his actual character's name. Top cast, all cast and crew. Okay, the internet's going slow, so I will continue on. I loved his line. Is that all? I am ready to face humiliation every day for my family. That's freaking great. Okay, where is... All right, Does his character not have a name on IMDb? Oh my gosh! His character doesn't have a name on IMDb! Venkatesh Daggubati. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I did. But his character doesn't have a name. That's just weird. IMDb, you're fucking up. Literally everyone else. Even Ram Charan as cameo has... okay. Oh, there are some people at the end who don't have any... Okay. So whoever did this one. Alright. B-. But that is a great fucking line, because truthfully, this, it takes a lot of strength to keep fighting and never stop fighting when you need to, but it actually takes a little bit more strength to get to that point where you will never stop fighting and then choose to not. Like the Hulk. What was that line from Age of Ultron? He runs from the fight because he knows he'll win. Like, that was so mature of... I'm sorry, there's no name on there. Anna. Rowdy Anna. It was so mature of him to decide to kiss the feet. The fucking garbage narcissist, which we'll get to what he does after that. But, yeah. Okay, so the kissing the feet was a lie, because that guy's an asshole, and Anna accepts Jaan. I love that. That was great. And then the song that happens after that got me, and massacring the family. The bullets flying through the air during the slow motion was actually made it even more devastating. And then I got angry a little bit. I was like, damn it, that wasn't even a nightmare, because I thought it was Anna's nightmare. But then I realized that it was just the narcissist's daydream, which, I love that he got denied his daydream. But thank you, Jaan, for protecting them and not having them get murdered horribly. But then they crash their wedding, and Rowdy and Narcissist have a little Neo versus Smith fight. If you notice, they had one moment, I think they both kicked each other. They both flew back, or hit each other, both flew back. And I've been thinking about the Matrix a lot lately, so maybe that wasn't even intentional, but that was fun. And then the twist where the narcissist turned on the opening villain was weird. Like, why? That's weird. And then I don't know. I didn't like the final fight with that first villain. I have his name, Mahavir. Because at that point we had the emotional resonant, like, character motivated fight where we have all these reasons and investments in the fight, and then that soundly finishes, and then they have another fight. thought, all right, I wrote, it would be powerful if a minute earlier Jaan and his brothers weren't suddenly nerfed for dramatic effect. That's what really got me, is that like they're fighting, they're not showing any signs of fatigue or really being injured, and then once they start fighting Mahavir, then like all of them all at once get their ass kicked for dramatic effects, so that Jaan can get up, which you just had to play that over a longer period of time where they're like slowing down, really sorry, really losing steam, and then they win against the main bad guy, and then Mahavir comes in all fresh and ready to fight, and then do that. But okay, the final song, like, have you seen Make Happy by Bo Burnham? He has this joke in there where he's talking about lazy songwriting, and he's talking about rap in this case, where he's like, they just put any lyrics in and just get a cool beat, and he used the little teapot rhyme. Oh, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. Boom, 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 boom. And like puts the beat on. And that was hilarious. And then this last song did that a lot. These are the ones that I wrote down that I spotted. Ring Around the Rosie, Baba Black Sheep. Before that, Jack and Jill and Mary Had a Little Lamb. And then the last one was Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Way to shit the bed on the way out. I don't know. That was just really weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a grumpy old man, but that seemed lazy. Just, half the lyrics. Let's throw in fucking nursery rhymes. I don't know. It was weird. Tell me if you disagree, but this is not my favorite Indian film I've ever seen, but that's only because I've been blessed with like even better ones. This one's a little sloppy, a little cutting the corners, a little disjointed, but it's really good. It's got a lot there. And by the way, after that, I saw Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, and then I saw Beau is Afraid, which really just 3 hours and it gave me nothing. I don't know. Check my review out. I might be missing something. And then I saw Polite Society, which was delightful. And Polite Society and Kisi Ka by Kisi Kai Jaan were the two favorites of the day. But yeah, I don't know. It was. I walked in completely blind. I didn't know what to expect. I just was like, okay. I haven't seen an Indian film in theaters in too long. And this was a delightful time. Okay, get a free year of membership if you want. It's down below. You got a limited time. You can join the Patreon or the Discord, and if you can hit the like button, that would be so appreciated.